and spread Halloween, my minions.
Holy smokes, can we get the countdown done with? Can we get this intro over with? Holy smokes. Guys, 8 minutes. 8 minutes on the dot right now. You had to wait that long. Damn.
That's too long.
We're so full of ourselves.
You need to adjust that.
Yeah, I was going to do a 35-minute countdown for today's live stream, and I lost the file. Lucky y'all. Lucky y'all. Hello? And welcome to our live stream. We're Brian and Stephanie, and we have a YouTube channel. Would you like to tell?
Can we not do that?
All right, sorry, folks. We're not going to do that.
Making me uncomfortable.
Hello, everyone. Hi. How's it going? Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Brian. This is Stephanie. We're going to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. You may be wondering, what is this Halloween Horror Nights? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. Halloween Horror Nights is a spooky event held yearly at Universal Studios, both in Orlando and Hollywood. Also, our friends out in the international coast in Japan and Singapore, they also have Halloween Horror Nights. But we focus mainly on...
That's also making me uncomfortable.
What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? Happy Friday evening, guys. Hope you guys are having a good time. What is on the agenda today, Steph?
Construction.
Yes. The word of today is trust. Trust me. That's what we're going to talk about. A lot of trust.
Music.
Yes, music. Whoa. Are we back? Are we good? Are we good? What is going on? And this is not one of those pre-planned streams. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The devil is hard at work, but I'll tell you what, our faith in God is stronger than ever, and that's why we're gonna pursue our dreams and never give up because God's faith is strong. So we're back. We're gonna be blurry. We might be staticky. We might be this and that. But if you can hear our voice, just keep on crawling to the light, folks. As we're here, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about our spooky stuff. We're talking about our spooky stuff. We're good. What do we miss? What happened? We're good, right? We're good. We're good. Okay. We might be pixely and stuff. So the area that we're in sucks because everything here sucks right now. It's been terrible. We've been dealing. If you guys can hear my voice, let me explain this right now. We're dealing with the stupidest move in history right now into this house. Like the people who are working the situation, I hope they're watching because you guys suck. I'm gonna say it out loud. I don't care. All right, this has been the worst disaster in moving history. It's been terrible. We've been battling. We were supposed to be in this house last November. Should have been. And here we are now. We've been getting information that all the internet in our area is going to be going on and off here and there. Boom, boom, this and that. Okay, perfect. Great. That's what we want. Yeah. But we don't care. We're still going to make it happen. And here we are. And yes, it's probably Horror Nights. It might be. It might be, who's that other Brian guy that works for Universal now? It could be him. He might have a vendetta against me, you know? Not my fault. Share the same names.
Brad said if we need to restart everything, like we might need to restart.
No, it is the internet is down in our area.
I was gonna say our apartment complex messaged us this morning saying that the internet was out and that Spectrum was having a problem.
There you go. Fred even said Spectrum's having outages all week around here. Yep. Yeah. And we got Spectrum here, so great. So, anyways,
this happens like every other week.
Oh,
we'll just have a day where they're just like, we don't have Wi-Fi. And we're like, cool.
It's like every week now. Yeah. The past 2 months has been every week. Luckily, it hasn't been on Friday. You guys wondering why we don't have Tuesday live streams? Because Tuesday's been the day that we just somehow don't have internet for some reason. So we moved it to Friday. And they went, they moved it to Friday. Let's move it to Friday now. So now we get Tuesdays no internet and Friday no internet.
Yeah.
Anyways, as you can see, we're very jolly. We're having a great time. Steph's full of energy and love, and I'm just having a great moment. Now we're good. Give me some, right? Give me some. Pump it up. And all the changing gods are fighting us right now, but we're not backing down. We're not. Okay, probably shouldn't do that. Oh no. Okay. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday live stream. I hope you can at least hear us. If you guys can't hear us or can't see us, I apologize. If you can't hear us, then you're not hearing what I'm saying right now. But we're going to talk a couple of things. HHN, it's not going to be a long live stream. This one, we do plan to just basically go about an hour to an hour and a half, just discussing some construction and some things coming up. And then, of course, we're going to go ahead and dive right into our after party tonight in the live stream. Is it that how bad it is?
Yeah.
Dang, it is so pixelated.
Like, paused for like a good 10 seconds.
This is terrible.
We just weren't moving.
I know. And then HK Grimstein was like, the one day I do come. I know, man. We were excited to have you here, and that just happened.
And the reason why it's like this is because we're not on the Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is not working. So Brian is connected to his hotspot on his phone, which is just running off of LTE. And our LTE in this area is
terrible.
Bad.
Trash. So, yeah, we're in Legion of Doom said potato mode. We're right now in French fry mode. We're less than a potato. But yeah, cool. At least you guys can hear us. So if anybody's joining us, just want to let you know, Brad, can you just constantly put in the chat, just let everyone know that visuals are a little messed up. The connection's kind of messed up.
They said audio's still good, though.
Okay, cool. So you guys can hear us. Welcome to the podcast. Go ahead and put this just somewhere in the corner and just listen to what we have to say. But we're going to just move on. We're going to move into what we have to discuss, and that is the construction. If you guys have already seen, we did a construction update video in the park. What was that, Tuesday? I think Tuesday we were able to film and get it up that same day, which is a very rare thing for us to do. It's very rare, you know? But we actually got that up on Tuesday, and let me say this: the past few years that we've seen construction go up in the parks, we get excited every year when there's construction finally popping up in the Orlando park. And it really gets us pumped up for the event. We get psyched no matter what's coming to the event. We're just excited because really by this time we don't know what the scare zones are, even getting into August. So when we see construction, it's like a mystery, but we see it physically right there before our eyes. So we went Tuesday and we got to actually see the stuff going up, and it was one of those moments where I was like, man, I am really freaking stoked for this year's event. I have a lot of things that I'm cautious about for this year that I'm worried about, and it's more of the logistics, the layout. But when I take a step back and I look at the event as a whole, when it comes to what we're actually getting, like the IPs they've already announced, what is being speculated, the construction that's going on right now, I look back at it and I'm like, this is going to be a solid year. Like this really is going to be a really good year. Last year was a fun year. I'm not saying it was bad or good. I just think it was fun. Last year was cool. But I think this is one of those years where we're going to be like, yes, like this is it. Yep, this is it. We're back on track.
I hope so.
I hope so. But that's how I feel. And I had that feeling this past Tuesday when we were actually at the park doing the construction video. By the way, did you guys enjoy the construction video? That was, we just whipped up real quick. Very not our style. We just wanted to get something up and out there for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys want to see more of that stuff, let us know in chat. Spam RIP battery. Let's get an OG back in the chat. Let's go RIP battery, RIP Wi-Fi, RIP life. Just RIP.
Just
please.
RIP.
Just RIP. But we're going to try to go ahead and do more of those in-park construction update videos. We'll have at least one a week is what our plan is. We might be doing more depending on what is being put up in the scare zones and stuff. Now, briefly, I want to mention, we have our house. We're supposed to move in by this week. After this weekend, we're going to be moving into the house. But, we got a message from the builder. And what did the builder say the other day? I hope to have it done by this day. What do you mean you hope to have it done? What does that mean? Does that instill confidence in us? No, it doesn't. So we've been dealing with that stuff right now. And we're hoping to have it all moved in and all ready to rock and roll by then for next week. So that's what's going on. If everything works smoothly with the move-in process, we hope to at least have a construction video for you guys next week. We're also going to be working on our beginners video. We'll have at least one more beginners video. The way everything's been, we should have already been in the house long ago. So we've had to change up some episodes and the way our schedule is. But we decided instead of doing more beginners videos for this season, we'll save them for next season, for next year. And what we'll do is we'll focus a little bit more on the construction in the park to give you guys, more of an update kind of thing, especially since we head into August and we get into our countdown series for YouTube in the month of August. So that's what we're going to be going ahead and doing. Now, with that being said, let's talk about that construction. So as you guys can see, and I'm going to pull it up. I don't know if you guys can see this well. How bad does it look over here? Pixelated as anything, right?
It's all right. It's not too bad.
It's terrible. We pay for this kind of stuff, and this is what we get in return.
Chris said, our first time with Frequent Fare Plus with Express. You're going to love it. We just got our tickets yesterday, and we got Frequent Fare Plus with Express as well. And that's what we had last year, and we're like, we can't ever go back.
Yeah, this is so delayed. I'm even delayed on my own end. What I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely.
But
yeah, we definitely will get a lot of actual set pieces by next week. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
They had Nettlewood Cemetery already all the set pieces were up by this time last year. Also, every time I say that, I want to say cemetery because in our video that we did on that, that's what you said.
It's cemetery.
So
I think I said it twice.
So now every time I go to say Nettlewood Cemetery, I go to say cemetery.
Yeah. Also, is the real quick before we get into it, is the Wi-Fi back up or no? Try to see if you can connect it on your phone. 'Cause if so, what I may do is we may go ahead and try to swap over from the hotspot and get back on the Wi-Fi if they just brought it up, because I noticed a change real quick in the computer. If that's the case, we'll swap over for you guys. How's it? Is it pixelated on this? See, it's like completely buffering. I don't know. Can you? If you guys can hear us, please put something in the chat. Just say we can hear you. Offline. Oh, because you're on the Wi-Fi here, right?
Yes.
On this one?
No, I need to reconnect to the Wi-Fi here. Oh, there we go.
Are you on the Wi-Fi?
Yes, now
Okay.
I'm on the Wi-Fi in the computer, so you should be able to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so hey guys, we may take a little
Second.
second. Give us a second here. We're fighting. This is all live. Welcome to the live stream. So that means we'll have issues like this happen. All right, I'm gonna try to swap over the Wi-Fi. So just give it a second.
Also, yes, we do have an Instagram. That's where Brian posted that.
Yeah, also,
It's kind of like
I can see some people something in the chat.
Jim said something in the chat.
And Elizabeth. All right, glad you guys are listening. All right, we might lose you guys for a second, so prepare. Get ready. We're shutting operation down in 3, 2.
Is it back up?
Okay. How are we looking? Is it still crappy? And I'm not talking about crappy tappy if you're in here. Okay. How we doing?
No more pixels.
Is it cleaner?
Way better.
Cleaner?
Nice.
Good?
Good. Much better.
We're back, baby! Let's freaking go! Tell everybody, come back in. Come on. Tell them, come in. We're good. Tell your parents, come sit down. They come back to the room. We can talk. Okay.
What?
Apologize for the technical issues we're having and stuff, guys. This is out of our hands. Anyways, so here, as you can see, if you don't know, yes, we have an Instagram, we have TikTok, we also have a Discord, which let me go ahead, because I always forget, I am going to send the link right now for all of you guys in the chat, if you guys want to join our Discord.
Jim said, well, Steph looks better.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. So in the chat, I just dropped the link for our Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, that's there. As you can see, we have an Instagram page. And yes, what we see on the Instagram is what we're going to talk about. Besides this sharp-looking man, let's talk about these things here. So when we went on Tuesday, this is what we saw Tuesday morning. They actually had some physical, and it's not like truss. Like, okay, these are called truss. If you guys didn't know, we've learned that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Call them structures or whatever. If you guys watched that construction video we did, I think we said truss or trussing like 30 times. When I was editing that video, I was getting sick and tired of hearing that word. So we're going to call them structures right now. Structure. I can't stand the word truss. So the structures that you guys can see here, what's really exciting is these are not like the lighting ones that we've been getting throughout the park for the past week or two. Even actually early July, I remember right before July 4th, when we went to the park that one time, we noticed that they already had some of the lighting structures going up that were just going to have the lights on them to illuminate the area. And these, of course, the ones on the side, yes, the blue one, no. That one is usually kind of like scaffolding for an actual scare actor to be on top of, or to have some kind of something placed on top, some interactive element. Yeah. So that was there, which is exciting. This is what the true construction is. Not just the lighting. We're talking about physical sets like this bad boy right here, which
is huge.
It's big. It's when you go in person. I mean, to put it in perspective, you can see this guy in blue, squatting down. He's praying to the HHN gods right now.
And I know we might get to this, so I might be jumping ahead, but I saw a lot of people comparing this structure to.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay.
We can get into it now. Go ahead.
To Vamp. Was it 89? I always forget if it's 5 or 9 because it's 55 and then 80.
You shouldn't forget this one. Come on.
I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work.
What is the greatest Scarazone that you've ever experienced in your life at Horror Nights?
85.
Thank
right?
you.
It's because
Don't question it. You got it.
It's because they're doing 69 now instead of 65. So now I'm getting all confused. Well, that's what.
Did you just leak something?
No, that was.
Is that a confirmation stuff?
No, that's what's on the spec map.
All right.
So a lot of people are comparing it to Vamp 85, but even the stage for Vamp 85 was not that big.
Yes and no. The platform, the bottom, yeah. But
yes.
like this, no.
The height would no.
I mean, they had the ball and the backdrop and stuff, but it seems like we're getting like a rock concert. That's what it looks like. So what we think, and when we went in this, and even in the video, we told everyone like, hey, this could be that zodiac sign that's kind of like, or zodiac scare zone, which I would still want. I want that. I do. I actually want that scare zone that they had in Singapore more than I want Vamp 69, believe it or not. And you know how we are about the Vamps. I really want that Zodiac one. But this right here is looking like Vamp 69 more, just because of the structure that we have here. And right now, this was on Tuesday. This is updated dramatically since Tuesday. There's actually a whole platform there in the bottom. It's an actual stage and everything. And all this has got lights. It's got a whole bunch of lights on it now as well. So there's a whole bunch going on, right?
Okay. Music.
Is the music not going?
I guess not.
Is the music not going, guys? Are we in the quiet? I guess not, huh? Oh my gosh, it's like 50.
Why can't we hear it?
Is it playing? It's not even playing yet. Hold up, it's loading. Technology, guys, right? I tell you what, like
There
this past week to 2 weeks, it's just
testing us.
you gotta just give it a thumbs up and say, "Mighty Lord."
Okay, so we're thinking that this is going to be the Vamp Scare Zone, and then someone, Justin said Zodiac is probably going in Hollywood, which I can see.
Yeah,
that.
no, I mean I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that would be
the
better.
Zodiac would work anywhere. Well, not anywhere. It would work between the two. Here's the thing. We're going to dive into more of the construction and what we think is going on. And we're going to talk about the whole park. We're going to talk a little bit about the speculation map and what it relates to what we're seeing and all that stuff. If you guys are just joining us, what's up? You guys missed one heck of a beginning of a live stream of just terrible internet. Our internet's been really bad right now. It's been going down. We're getting ready to move into a house. Everything's being packed up, and it's just been terrible. But Horror Nights is looking good, at least, right? We can agree with that. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to talk about the spec map and the construction going on and all that stuff. So if you guys are joining us, just let y'all know. That's it. But anyways, the one thing that I have a question with, and I'm going to pull this up real quick. Let me drop this down. And I want to pull... Finally, we got the music. Jeez. It's so boring without the music.
Erica, yeah, I agree. The ones in Hollywood look like just like signage or like banner holders, kind of like what we had in Vanity Ball.
Yeah, like you guys remember Vanity Ball? And what was the more recent one too? Lights, camera, action.
Yeah, they
the
did
front
have
too.
them
They kind of had that like
too,
that.
yeah.
Seems like we're gonna get something like that as well. But here's the current spec map that we have from HN Nightmares. The Vamp 69 Scare Zones kind of speculated to be in the streets of Hollywood, right? But connected with this Vamp show, you guys see on the map, here's a Vamp show. So what I was thinking is, you have the Vamp 69 area and stuff, and then it comes into maybe a pop-up stage or something for the show. I don't see how they're going to be able to do a pop-up stage. I don't. The area is not really big enough. It's too busy in the parks to really do something like that.
Because you're talking about like in front of the entrance.
Where the Lagoon show entrance would be.
And they've had that area as like a pop-up show in years past, but they didn't have that permanent crepe stand. And now they do.
Well, not only the permanent crepe stand, there's also there's a permanent planter thing there, which they technically could build the stage over, but there are some things they have to work around that they didn't have to
Yeah.
previously.
And there's a sign there. I know it's like not really that big of a deal, but there's a sign there that normally says like the wait times for all the houses and everything. I just feel like that area is not an ideal place for a show.
It's so really getting into it. I was thinking, if they were going to do some type of pop-up stage, it would work well with it being a Vamp show, and then Vamp 69 here. It all leads into one and make the scare zone longer. But I don't think that's the case, and I'm still on the side that we're going to get a Lagoon show. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm just putting it out there in the universe and hoping we actually get one. And it's like Vamp 69 vibes, Zodiac signs, maybe Oddfellow, Carnival kind of vibe. But yeah, so with the map, what it seems like is with the current construction, I'm dropping the screen. We're going to be swapping screens back and forth, so get ready, guys. We're going, since the internet's back up and running, we're going to get wild here.
Yeah, they did use that stage for Rock the Universe, even with the crepe stand, but that's not like during an event. I feel like that just like is asking for like the flow of traffic to be completely stopped right there. Like imagine all the people coming out of that scare zone, and then it's just a crowd of people and nobody can get through, and then it's like backed up into the scare zone.
Mm-hmm.
And just
my thing is right now, the issue that we have is and like I said, the biggest thing I'm worried about is the layout because of all the construction going on. Remember, Kid Zone's completely wiped off the map right now. So everybody that's traversing through the Central Park scare zone and the Hollywood scare zone, they're going to basically merge right there. If you have a show there and anybody else coming from, the New York section and stuff, that's just like, especially if it's like Vamp 69, if it's a vampire show, whatever it may be, even if it's a Dr. Oddfellow show, like.
Also, this is like kind of off topic, but it's that area. It's that area. The Starbucks is closed. They put it into like the little area in La Bamba.
Okay, so you guys remember last year the Mexican styled food booth that we had for last year's HHN, where they had the little popcorn bucket and stuff like that? That's where the Starbucks is now temporarily, because the one in New York is closed. We talked to someone because we went in there the other night to get Starbucks, and we were like, "Oh, are you guys having like a second location, like basically like to break up the crowd?" And she was like, "Oh no, we're refurbishing the other store, so that one's completely closed. This is the only one in the park now, and it probably won't be back to normal until after HHN." Yeah, they said they're hoping to push it up to like September, October, but she's like, it's probably not going to be done until.
So there's so much going on in the park that is just like, it's good for the park. Like we're getting refurbishments of stuff, we're getting new lands, like that stuff is all good for the park, but not good for HHN. Yeah,
well, in the current construction phase that we're in, and like I said, you guys remember at the end of last year's event, what I tell you, I'm excited for this year, but what's going to be the problem? Construction. Because Universal's going big with construction this year, so it's gonna be questionable like how everything is gonna be. That's why I don't know if we're really gonna get a pop-up stage. If we do, I'll tell you what, it'd be a ballsy move by Universal to do that because of the crowds we've been getting at HHN. It doesn't seem like they're holding back on the capacity or the ticket sales. They're trying to get as much as they can. So I really don't know how it's going to look for this year's event layout wise.
Yeah, and Justin makes a good point that explains why they might be like really decking out that Pier 41 area like a lot.
So let's just dive into that. Okay, so diving into that, my man, Justin, when it comes to let's talk about the construction video we did. When we went around the park, we did New York and we saw the structures going up, and they have a ton of lighting. And if you guys watched that video, we kind of joked about the theming this year is lighting, right? There's going to be a whole bunch of lighting this year, where last year there wasn't lighting much. This year it feels like the whole event's going to be lit up pretty well, which we like. Cool, be great. We can actually show you guys some stuff.
I told Brian my camera is going to love it because I past like 8 p.m. last year, I was getting 0 photos.
Yeah. So. And then like Chris even said, HHN 32, the year of crowds and construction. Yeah, that's what it's going to be pretty much. Crowds, construction, and lighting. That's what it all is. So we actually went into Oh, and then Thrill Taste brought in too, not only Starbucks, but Mel's as well, closed until at least November. So that's another like food location.
A big one.
That is not going to be open. Like, I swear to God. If Mel's does not say Mel's dying during HHN.
It will.
If Mel's does not say it. I'm not saying it will or it won't. I'm just saying if it doesn't.
It will.
If it doesn't. If Mel's... Sorry, I'm screaming in the mic. If Mel's does not say Mel's dying, Steph and I are quitting the YouTube channel. And I'm moving to Alaska, and I'm going to start my own sled team. I'm going for the Yukon.
The lines for food are going to be even worse without Mel's, because at least like Mel's was one of those things that you could mobile order and people would like get out of line for like the specialty food and be like, we're too hungry for this, we're just gonna go to Mel's and like mobile order, and by the time we get over there we'll have our food. And now
Mel's was a good crowd
eater. There's not going to be any of that.
Yeah, so you got a smaller Starbucks. Not only a smaller Starbucks, you have one by La Bamba, which is at the mouth of Central Park. If there's going to be a pop-up stage, like I'm just saying, it based on the spec map, let's say a pop-up stage goes there, then you got this whole pop-up stage area here where Mel's is not open at all. So that's not even eating the crowd up. That's just vacant, right? And now you got all these, I don't know, man. I'm a little worried about it. But moving from New York.
We have
a gym. We have a gym. Slim Jim here, back in the chat with the 50 saying, amazing how we can get excited about construction. Yes, we are weirdos in the fog. Not even in the fog, my man, just in broad daylight. That's what we were. When we were out there doing the construction video, Steph and I were like, wow, look.
Although, like,
look at the lights. And everybody's looking at us like, what the hell are they looking at?
For their just normal vacation. Or
guys, I kid you not, like I went to one of the structures, the truss setup and all, and I was knocking on it. I was like, okay, like this one's a lot bigger than this compared to this is going to obviously hold this capacity, what they can do and all. People walk by and they're like, what are you guys filming?
Yeah, it's funny too because when we were filming the ones that we just showed you in New York, the like Diamond Bellas or whatever, Maryland, and like the girls came out and did their little show literally right next to it, and we're like filming but like not filming the show that's happening. We're filming like
you got Maryland, like, you got Maryland right here, and I'm with my back to her looking at this, like, look at this pipe, look at the structure here, you know. Hey, we get excited for those things, and that's what I want to say. Like, you know, this year, I think I've gotten more excited for this year's construction in the scare zones than I did last year. And last year I was pumped when Nettlewood was being built in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, like I want this. Going into New York, and here's the thing, no hate on Sweet's Revenge. Sweet's Revenge was a fun scare zone. I enjoyed it. And one thing I'm going to very dearly miss with last year's Sweet's Revenge is not the scare zone, but the tribute store facade, the lighting that it gave off, and that area as a vibe in general. I'm going to miss that a whole lot. And if we don't get a tribute store, that's really going to kill the New York scare zone. So going into New York now and seeing that massive structure being put up, and it's going to look like a big stage, that to me like gives me energy vibes, where last year, you know, we didn't really have that. It was like smaller little pieces here and there. And then we had the big floats, which was really cool in the street last year. But to see a big stage like we have currently popping up in New York, that got me excited. And what I'm wondering, and I'm getting to, I know Justin said this like a year ago, I'm getting to that, but what I'm thinking and what I'm hoping HHN's mindset, Universal's mindset is, well, they're looking at like, damn, we have a lot of construction going on in the park. A lot of things are being shut down right now. We can't expand this way. What if we can expand this way? And it seems like we're getting a lot of higher, a lot of bigger things, because we can go up that way more than we can go this way in the park at the moment, especially since we're losing a lot of like real estate right now. So I'm really hoping that we get big scare zones in height. We get elevation and stuff. We know last year, one of the biggest positive things about the houses last year was like for instance, Dead Man's Pier, Legends Collide, those houses had different depths of elevation that you can see throughout the house. I'm hoping we get stuff like that in the scare zones where you can see those different depths of elevation. There's a lot of things happening here in this first layer. You got the second layer, you got some stuff here, and then a little bit up here in the third layer. So just when you look down the scare zone, it's not just one flat, land. I mean, you got all these things going on where you're fully immersed because we're losing a lot in construction in the area. So when we saw that in New York, I got really pumped up. And then we got over to San Francisco area, just past San Francisco. First of all, there's a lot of lighting going up in San Francisco. A lot. And something big. Looks like they might be building another big stage over there because there are a bigger truss setup than the current lighting one.
I don't want a stage.
Seems like we might be getting one. But just past that, then we actually have the Conjure the Dark bar from last year. That location's coming back, and this time it seems like they're really trying to make this like a beacon to draw in crowds. Last year it drew in a crowd, but it wasn't anything big, right? I don't think it was really like that much big. But because of the construction, the fact that we don't have that whole Minions area is not really going to be usable for HHN. I don't think they're going to have the bar there by Minions. So I think what they're doing is, hey, we need to spread people out and get them to go towards the back of the park. Let's put this big bar themed here with a photo wall, get that Horror Nights logo sign up there and stuff, make this a whole ordeal to get a crowd back over here. I think that's a good idea. And it's something that when we walked by and we looked at it, we're like, dang, they're putting a lot into this one area. And what is the number one sale at Universal and Horror Nights? It's alcohol, right? So if they can really enhance that experience and stuff, I think it's going to drive more sales to that bar in general as well. Which, hey, more tips for the bartenders, because they're working late night. So, but hey, Jim with the 50, my man. Sorry, I just went on a tangent about all things. As you see, weirdos, that's what we are. We appreciate you, my man. Good to have you in here. Also, I'm seeing happy birthday, Beth. Who's Beth? Happy birthday, Beth,
Happy
by the
birthday,
way.
Beth.
Hope you're having a good one.
Also, Breedlove asked, Cafe La Bamba usually has RIP tours meet there. It's a different section of that building that the Starbucks is in, correct?
Yeah, I'm pulling up here. Can you guys see my mouse real quick? I want to make sure, check the chat. Just give us a confirmation. You can see the little mouse running in. Look at him. Going in Hollywood. Oh, you didn't expect that. Oh, through the alleyway. Can y'all see that? I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay, you guys can see the mouse?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So, for instance, this right here, right? This is the esoteric gates. This is usually where the parade comes out and all that stuff. This is Hollywood. Right here is the entrance to La Bamba, right? They have that little open courtyard type of vibe right here. And this is the entrance to La Bamba. Right over here is usually where they have a bar that they do for HHN with the themed food and booth. Like number 16 is that. That's exactly what that is. Mm-hmm. Now, this area is a Starbucks now. This is all being used for Starbucks. So that part right there would be a Starbucks, but that whole back area where the actual whole building of La Bamba is being used is still open up for the RIPs. If that makes sense. They haven't done anything in there yet. So I think they'll still use that. What I'm really hoping, man, this is what I'm hoping. The area that they used for media last year with the Horror Nights horror makeup show, I don't want them to use that area. They should put them back in the soundstage, right? And I think the RIP tours and stuff, didn't they used to have those back in the soundstage too? Did anybody did RIP back before COVID and stuff? Where was y'all's meeting spot where you guys started? Do you guys know? Was it in La Bamba, or am I tripping?
Do they cattle prod people through the RIP tour? When you go into the houses, when you're part of the RIP tour, you just go into the normal line. You kind of merge into the normal line. So you still do the whole what do they call that?
Conga?
The conga line.
The conga.
If that's what you mean.
Also, just because I need to remember, I'm dropping the Discord link, guys. Later tonight, right after the live stream, we're going to be going into our after party. Remember, we have our live stream after party, which in our live stream after party, let me pull this up real quick for you guys. In our live stream after party, we're going to be having that special Easter egg that you have to find. This, I'm not saying this morning, this afternoon, technically on the East Coast, at noon, at 12 o'clock, our friend Two-Face went ahead and put together the Last of Us Discord Easter egg at 12 o'clock, and a lot of you guys got into it and everything. And then I'm finding all items that was secretly hidden in the Discord. That's why if you guys don't follow us on Discord, you got to do so. Do a lot of fun games. We also do the after party. We also do deep dives in the Discord, and we do our watch party for Stranger Things, which we got to get with you guys on that, by the way, when that next watch party for Stranger Things will be. But we got a little something for our friends who did the Last of Us Discord Easter egg. So
yeah.
Just wait one. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was your Easter egg winners, as you guys can say, for The Last of Us that we had today, earlier today on the Discord. So shout out to our honorable mentions. Shout out to our winners. Father of Dex, Sal, for fighting the hardest Easter egg yet, I believe, that we've had. Even from last week's Stranger Things, I think this was the hardest one to get. So shout out to Sal. Shout out to Spicy Mark. Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Robbie, and shout out to Justin. I think Justin, I can't remember how many you found first, but my man Justin found the most at the time too. So shout out to all of you guys. We love seeing you guys get involved there and doing that. I'm not good at it, to be honest. And Brad's the one that creates them with me. Like, he makes it all, but he tells me what he's doing, and I still can't even figure them out. So shout out to you guys for getting those and figuring those out. And then, of course, Slim Jim. Mr. Slimmy Jimmy in here. Have to go investigate now. Have a great stream all with the 50. My man, hey, thank you.
Have a good
Appreciate
investigation.
it. Yeah, good luck investigating. Hoping everything is good. Not getting scared or anything. It's not like you can't get scared. So, but Jim, great hearing from you, my man, as always. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better. And we'll talk soon, my man. Have a good one. So, let's dive back into the construction of Horror Nights. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep popping up on the stream here. We're gonna use the spec map as a reference guide to kind of where we're going with our conversation. So we kind of talked about New York over here, talked about we think it's really vamp, and that's what it seems like with the staging. There's a lot of lighting going on and stuff, really for the whole park. But then getting over here, you know, I was really hoping we get something here right before you get to Fast and Furious, which you do. There are lighting. I noticed on the building they do have lighting up there for Horror Nights and stuff, but I'm wanting something out there besides just the house portal. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get anything. I think it's just going to be the house portal, unfortunately. But then we actually get into this scare zone, which it's kind of rumored to be Krampus, you know, at least Krampus styled. And they have a lot of lighting going up. A lot of rigs. I think they're spaced out like 20 or 30 feet or something like that from each side, you know. So there's a lot going on in this scare zone. And then there was one where they had the stage last year for Conjure the Dark. There's one big truss like structure that is placed there. I mean, it's big. So it does look like we're going to be getting a stage there. Then, you know, that's what's going on right now. We haven't seen any updates really since 2 days ago or whatever for that scare zone. Then we talked about the bar over here that's going to be behind, what is this, Lombard's? I want to say Finnegan's all the time, but it's not Finnegan's. That's in New York. Lombard's, we're going to have that big themed bar, it seems like. There looks like there's going to be like some photo op opportunities. I wonder if we're going to have any characters roam around that area, maybe going up to people as they're drinking. I think that'd be really cool. Make it like not scare actor dining, but have some interactive bar element in there with the scare actor walking around. I think that could be really cool. Then let's talk about Death Eaters. Now, I might be wrong about this. I know people are talking about the contract has updated with J.K. Rowling, with Warner Brothers, and Universal. And a lot of people are saying, you know, Death Eaters are a part of HHN. Now, just because they're going to be at Universal while HHN's going on doesn't technically mean that they are a part of HHN. the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, it's not involved with Horror Nights. You know, that's why we don't get anything over here, really. And I think the Death Eaters, you know, we've allowed to have them at, you know, Universe or Islands of Adventure. We had them previously, and then our friends out on the West Coast in Hollywood, they've had the Death Eaters out during HHN, but that part is not considered to be.
It's not like a scare zone.
Yeah, it's not a scare zone. It's not in partnership. It's just like, oh, like we just have like Death Eaters out. They're not called scare actors. They're not anything like that. They're just characters that we have in Hogwarts, like normal. You know, because the park is technically still like open, you know, the rides are open and all that stuff. So they just have that themed out for like a darker Harry Potter type of experience, but it's not related to Horror Nights. I think that this is what that's going to be. And recently we just actually got some photos and some confirmation of actual little staging going up and stuff in Diagon Alley. So it does seem like we might be getting something along that line, which I like. I think that's exciting. I think that'll bring a crowd into Diagon Alley and make that area more interactive. I will say we've done this in the past where every now and then we'll go into Diagon Alley just to look at the Harry Potter stuff, because we never really do when we're at the park. You know, we're not crazy Harry Potter fans. We do like the series and stuff, like the franchise. But during some HHN nights when it's really busy, we'll pop in there to get away from the crowds and just look at the detail. And it's really relaxing. Like, it's a breath of fresh air, I should say.
And I still think even with the Death Eaters, like, yeah, it'll probably bring more people back there, but there's still not going to be, like, houses in there. So I don't think that it's going to be, like, super crazy.
Yeah. So, and like Michelle said, it's a safe zone during the event, which it is. And I even think with the Death Eaters, it'll still be. It's not like the Death Eaters are out there trying to scare you. I mean, they're just.
It's more like Harry theatrical Potter than it is like.
Mm-hmm. So that's currently going on over there in Diagon, which is really cool. Like, I'm happy to see that. And the reason being is because really this. I'm trying to use my hand to go up here on the screen to show everybody. Look, block this. Yeah. I'm going to use my little cursor over here. By having this interactive bar here and having the Death Eaters over here, we're getting more. I'm using my hand again. We're getting more over here on this side of the park, because I do think this side of the park needs just a little bit of help and needs a little bit of love, because really if you go straight down the map, everything on the west side, on the left side over here is filled with Horror Nights stuff, and I love it. But then when you get over here, it's just kind of like, you just kind of walk around. You get into Springfield, there's really nothing much. You get back here, World Expo, there's nothing much over here. Then you get into London, you know, in the Diagon Alley area, there's nothing here until you finally get back in San Fran. With adding the Death Eaters here, that does give some kind of element back there in the park. It's the same with the interactive bar. We finally also have, you know, a potential horde being here in Springfield. I know, like, last year we didn't really have a designated horde for this area. So having one designated for this area specifically will give something back here, which is kind of nice. And they usually hang out, you know, all in Springfield and even up here, you know, right by the bridge and all that stuff too. So they spread out pretty well, which finally that whole, like, the Krusty Land area, they had all that construction, that big box. They finally removed that. So there's a lot of more open space, thankfully. So that area does seem ready to go for Horror Nights, thank God. Which we knew it would be. They wouldn't have that like that, but
that would be so bad.
That is like nightmare. And then basically on the backside over here, all we really have is some lighting going up. There's some trussing going up and stuff like that, but there's nothing much. Really, right now there's nothing over here. Of course, we do have some physical, like, facade work on one of the sprung tents. One of this little symbol here. So we actually have some physical work going on the house, which is exciting. That's really exciting to see that. It looks cool. I like how it's gonna be like this little shops kind of thing all together. Yeah. So that'll be a fun one to actually take a look at. But basically that's it. There's nothing back here besides that until we finally get over here. Central Park and the kids zone area. So for that area right now, there's more lighting that I've seen this year than in years past. And it looks like they have one specific light booth. I think we put it in our construction video. If you guys remember in the construction video when we went to go see the greatest show on earth, the Animal Actors, they had one of those lighting trussing booths, like, pointed. Like, there's lights on the structure pointed specifically in one area. It wasn't just like area lighting, it was like a spotlight. So I think they are going to do another food booth in this location. Last year it was Chucky, right? Chucky's food booth. Last year they had the Chucky food booth. I think this year we're going to get another food booth in that location. So that's a good sign.
If it's the same Chucky one, I'm going to be like,
There's the stare. I wish we had that like emoji to put.
Especially if they bring back that burger. Like,
yeah.
Something else, please.
I honestly like. What would you guys like to see? And we'll get back into construction. Let's go to pause the construction talk. What would you guys like to see come to the event as a food booth? You know, obviously we got Stranger Things, we got Last of Us, we got Chucky as, you know, the IPs. A lot of people are saying like, oh, we need a Surfer Boy pizza, you know, coming to the event and all that stuff, which that'd be cool. You know, like there's a couple ideas that we have that we'd love to see. What would you guys like to see be a food booth at the event? That's what I want to know.
We were also saying like, we were trying to think of what other food could be Stranger Things related. Because I was like, I mean waffles, but we've had 2 years of like waffle themed foods, and we were saying like Surfer Boy pizza, and then Brian brought up Murray's risotto. They could do like little, I guess like bowls of risotto, which would be.
You like risotto? Cute. How does he say it?
I don't know.
Kids like risotto? I don't know, something. However he says it.
And Jonathan's like out of his mind.
Yeah. Hey, Murray. Yeah, that's a funny saying. Upside down mini cakes.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I see you being all like themed and stuff, Justin.
I will say I would actually be pretty surprised if they brought back the Chucky food booth like as the same thing that it was, because every single time that we went to HHN last year, the lines for all of the food booths were so long except for that one. That one always had no line. Like nobody waiting in line, nobody buying food from there. So I would imagine that they probably looked at like sales from that booth and were like, we should probably like do something.
Do you hear music?
No.
Oh, I don't either. Y'all can hear the music still, right? We're having some serious technical issues here today, guys. It's been terrible. Also, somebody said a carnival booth about Dr. Oddfellow in the streets. That. Yeah, but see, here's the thing: they did one back in HHN 30 for like the Jack and Chance one, which was really good. They had like the No Chance in Hell PB&J was one of the best that year, right? Something so good they even brought back next year, and they changed it, and it wasn't as good as the year before. I wonder why, Universal, but. Those booths were really cool. What I really want is for them to actually do like a pop-up tent, like a round tent, like a carnival little tent that you actually, and hear me out, you know, it might be too much, but you have the food booth and everything constructed, and then you actually have a carnival tent on top of that. So like you have to go in the round tent, or what is it called? The round top? What is those? The big top. The big top, right? Is that what it's called? But it's not huge, right? It's just big enough that the booth fits in there, and then you can get a queue line going, so you can have an entrance and then you have an exit, and that's like the whole experience. It's like, you know, step right up, blah blah blah, and you try, you know, but it's like crazy food. I'm talking like you get these crazy ideas, these large food pieces, you know, make them $20, sure, that's expensive, but make these crazy ones, because you can have somebody, one of the operational team members that works on the food booths and stuff, you can have them at the front, like all themed and everything, have them all themed, you know, come right up and test your might, see if you can, you know, beat this or whatever. And it's like a big burger or something, you know, funnel cake burger things. I don't know, like something crazy. I think that'd be a really neat idea. So
as long as that tent has like some sort of air circulation, so I can see that getting miserable.
I mean, yeah. But I feel like that'd be a really cool, like, themed type of thing, if they can do that. So yeah, what else do we got? Carnival food tent near Springfield would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they could put something over there for Oddfellow. Vaguely remember theory.
Yeah,
Keep it food.
I definitely think that they'll have some sort of like mushroom related food.
What about this too? Mish, she said carnival in the alley where Meets was. So you know where we had Meets, which I actually really liked them using that location for food location. I thought that was perfect. And the Meets thing was great. The food was perfect there. But what if they made that like the carnival? It had like the little like flags and lights
Yeah.
go across, and it's like dun, 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 dun. It's all like
Do you have
creepy.
to do this?
Dun, dun. That I'm gonna be. If they did that, I will go in front for a full day, and I do that for everybody coming in. Dun, 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 dun. But there'll be a sign. You have to feed me whatever you get. Dun, 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 dun.
You're gonna be like the Grinch at the end, like, no more.
Is that all you got? Is that all? All right, we're gonna go watch Grinch now. So yeah, I would love to see like Carnival and Slash Alley. Yes, exactly, Sal. That'd be cool. Reagan's split pea soup. Okay.
I think someone said that like last stream. And I was like, that's disgusting.
Right.
But
A
it's a
Five
good
Nights
idea.
at Freddy's food booth. I would love that. I don't think we're gonna get a food booth, but I think we're gonna get some promotional stuff for Five Nights.
Yeah, probably like they have that Chucky. Oh my god, maybe I'm just hating on Chucky
Dang.
tonight. But if they have that
Russian food booth.
yeah, it's just
A prison
it's
food
just
booth.
a jar of
Slop.
peanut butter. You know how Hopper has like the
Yeah.
peanut butter that he's eating.
It'd be-
You could just buy a big.
but it'd be
thing of
cool if they
Jif,
had it in like those
like
like
the containers.
the wooden like what are those like shipping crates?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like miniature peanut butter jars, like just bite-sized peanut butter jars that you can buy, and then you just twist, and you know that'd
Yeah.
be it. I think that'd be real
I
cool.
definitely think that the Russian like prison food would just be like gruel and like bread, like old bread.
Like stale,
I would not want
stale
that.
bread.
No.
Thrill Taste Travel said Chrissy's Taco Crunch.
Oh, that's
That's
funny.
messed up. The Taco Crunch. That sounds good though. But okay. So I know we started talking about food. Let's get back into construction. Realize we're already at an hour. It feels like we just started because the whole internet issue we had. But yeah. So let me pull up the map. So yeah, so that's the that whole area right over here. This is the animal actor stage. There is a lighting position there. See this little pink? That's where the food booth is. I mean, this is an exact map from last year's event. This was a food booth, and I think that's what we're going to be getting for this year as well. And that's what that whole lighting system set up there. Now, this whole area is under construction. It's not opening up until next year. With them putting monsters here, it'd be interesting to see how that works. I think if this is going to be an actual entrance for a house, we're going to be going through ET. We're going to be going through ET to get to monsters.
What do you mean by through ET?
Either the queue line outside, or we may have to step inside of ET. I would love that. I think that'd be so cool to step into the queue of ET to get to monsters. I think we cool. Maybe you have to ride the bike with ET to get there, you know, to get to Paris. They're getting away.
They've got ET.
Oh! So I feel like that'd be really cool if they did that. But anyways, getting into the jungle, Central Park. Now, I wish I had, this is one thing I realized I didn't do great. I wish I had actual like pictures to show you guys. We only took the photos really and posted it of the ones from New York. So that was the major one. In Central Park, all we have really is still the light trussing going up. There really isn't anything else in Central Park, but there is, the one thing that I like is they have this cable that's going across from each trussing that seems like it could hold some weight to it. And what we're hoping is some lighting, some vines, some structures like that that could be hanging down.
Yeah.
I want that area in Central Park. If it's going to be jungle themed, I want that filled. If it was up to me and Universal was like, we can make it work in the budget, I want to make sure that if I'm walking from, and let me show you, if I'm walking from over here in Hollywood and I'm going into Central Park, or even vice versa, if I'm walking from Animal Actors and I'm going this way towards Hollywood, if I'm starting at either end, you know how it kind of bends a little bit? You know, it's a little bit of, it's not a straight walk-through, it's a little bit of a bend. I want the sides of that walkway to be so filled with brush, trees, jungle, vines, whatever, lighting, all of it, props, I don't care. I want that so filled up that I can't physically see the other side. Like, I have to feel like I'm going through a tunnel of the jungle to get to the other side. If this is a jungle theme, I really hope they do that. Like, I will be willing, like, if Universal's like, that's too much money, I would be willing to walk around Orlando and get leaves and grass and dirt and whatever vines we could find, and I will carry it. I will walk it to the gates of HHN, and I'll be like, here, that's what I got for today. I'll see you tomorrow with same time, same
like,
place.
If you keep doing this, we're going to kick you out and you cannot come back in.
Sad now.
Also, I had this same idea, Justin, that like I was trying to think about it as Brian was just talking, and what? I just said you were talking, and I think that in order for that to work, those lines would need to not have any slack in them. Like they would need to be taut, and they're not. They're like there's a lot of slack.
But
so.
not even that. It's the that's a cool. I like the idea. That's a cool idea. The only problem is the trees are actually too low for such a thing to actually happen, because to go from each pole, not saying that I measured it, but it's 50 feet going from each one and stuff, and to have even a tight rope, it's not 50 feet down until you hit the ground. So that scare actor would just, unless it's like a zip line, you could,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But,
that's why it would need to not be like slack.
I like the idea though. I think that'd be really cool to actually have scare actors coming overhead and all. I wonder how.
Or kind of like they do at Busch Gardens when they have the bungee ones.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, they could, if they fill that scare zone completely on the sides where you can't see, it's like full. They could hide a couple of those bungee scare actors to come out and do that while you're walking, like come up over you. They could make that work if they wanted to.
Maybe.
I think that's a cool
There's
trick,
a fence there, though.
but you have to. Well, they would put it on a platform, so when they come out, they're not right up on you; they're above you.
Yeah.
So there's no like actual physical contact that could even happen. The only thing with that is just like they would really have to cover it up, because the one thing with Busch Gardens, Hollow Scream that they do when they have those bungee scare actors and stuff, and Busch Gardens is watching. I'm sorry, and I know they're not watching, but they do a terrible job on hiding these. You're walking down and you can see the scare actor on the bungee looking at you, getting ready, and you're just staring at them, and then they run out, and it's like, cool. If they cover that fully, like Gilead and everything, and you're just walking along, you think it's part of the atmosphere, and then somebody's jumping, 4 feet above you coming out, that would scare me. But that'd be a cool idea. I like that. I'm gonna write that down.
Colby gave us a $4.99. Did you put it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a swing.
I think we're getting a mushroom swish. Oh my god.
A mushroom swish. How does that sound?
I think we're getting a mushroom Swiss burger and fried mushrooms because of The Last of Us, because of the clickers, and Chef Boyardee because of the show. Chef Boyardee. Is that something that I don't know? That might be in the game or show. Is that a reference?
But I definitely could see, like, if we do get a Last of Us themed booth, I do think we're going to be seeing something mushroom inspired.
Oh yeah, I think mushroom Swiss burger is the perfect
Now,
I think that makes
here's
sense.
something too, with it being fungi and stuff like that. Fungi gamer, like. They could technically make this like the vegan booth too, and even do like vegetarian options and vegan options with The Last of Us, which we know that a lot of your vegans and vegetarians, the past few years, they've been asking for more options for them in the park.
Yeah. And
it does seem like the past years they've been offering more items, which the lentil coffin.
So good.
What was it called? The Sambusa coffin, right?
Yeah.
That's a vegetarian option, I think. I don't know if it was a vegan option. I'm not fully sure, but I know it was at least vegetarian. It was at least vegetarian.
There might have been butter on it, so it would be vegetarian.
Yeah, so it was at least vegetarian, but that was actually really good. That was really good. So I could definitely see them going down the route of trying to find more options for the folks who do vegan and vegetarian. That'd be really cool.
Ellie
Kobe, thank you so much for the $4.99, by the way.
Ellie has Chef Boyardee in the show. I already forget the show. We might have to rewatch it again before.
Yeah, true. It's been a minute.
I remember like bits and pieces, but not the full thing.
If you guys don't know, Steph and I are getting up there in age. We're starting to forget a lot of things.
Obviously, my brain is just.
It's past Steph's bedtime, and you guys got to help me out. You get a message and tell Steph like, "Hey, You got to stay up later because we got to get ready for Horror Nights.
I'm trying. I am.
You're doing good. You're doing
Thank
good.
you.
Give me some. Everybody, can we get a hashtag Team Steph in the chat, please?
Oh, it wasn't.
Two-Face, can you rally the troops up?
Wait, it wasn't in the show? It was just in the game? I don't remember. I don't remember any food from the show.
I'm also going to drop the Discord link, by the way, again for you guys. Make sure to join the Discord if you guys haven't. We got the after party tonight. We're going to be discussing some interesting stuff. And we also have that special Easter egg we're going to be doing tonight, which, by the way, I don't know if Two-Face, I don't know if you want me to say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyways. Tonight in the after party, the winner of the after party Easter egg hunt will have a special username for the Discord. So for instance, one of our buds, I think it was it who won? Oh my gosh, hold up, everybody pause, nobody move a muscle, hold up. Zazen was the one who won in our Discord our live stream after party on Discord, the Easter egg that we had for Stranger Things. So they have a special themed name that only they get to have. Where I think for tonight, we'll have a special updated one as well. So make sure you guys join. We got the link in the Discord for you guys to join. So you can join that after party and then the little fun Easter egg hunt we're going to have later on. Yeah. Cool. So
we had a few questions before we get back to the map.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do some questions because we're going to be getting into Hollywood and then the front of the park in just a minute. So if you guys just joining us, hey, welcome to the construction update.
Welcome to the construction.
Just to let you guys know, your house is not going to be done in time. I know you move in 2 days, but it's not going to work. So figure it out. Our current situation with our house is getting the nerves.
What scenes do we think we will see in Stranger Things 4? We kind of went into this a lot in the well, I guess no, that was not in the deep dive. That was in the watch party. We talked about what scenes from that first episode that we think might be in the house. And I think we kind of came to the consensus that for the first episode, it's probably going to be what? Chrissy?
I don't know.
The scene of Chrissy?
the facade?
No,
the opening?
Not the facade. I think
Are you talking about scenes we will see in the house?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the facade is going to be the Creel house. I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, we are doing a hosted watch party on Discord leading up to the start of the event for Stranger Things Season 4. We did episode 1 last week on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Right? We did a watch party last week, and that was a whole bunch of fun. We had a lot of people join us, and we got that all set up. And basically what we did is, we watched the whole show, and then, we were just chatting away with it, and then we discussed a little bit afterwards. But yeah, I think a couple of the scenes we mentioned was, obviously the Chrissy scene. That's going to be a big part of it.
I think the opening scene in the lab with all the kids being...
the rainbow room and that stuff. That might be potentially in there. And I think there was 2 more that we talked about.
Yeah, but I don't think that they'll use so many scenes from just the first episode.
There's going to be a lot to put in this house. I really hope this is a big house and this is filled and stuff, because there's a lot of pieces that they have to cover in this house. So I'm interested to see on what route they go with in actually constructing this. Because I do think if this house does get negative feedback, I think it's going to come from that form of, oh, they didn't feature all these scenes, or they focused on the wrong scenes or stuff, because there was a lot from that season. So interested to see that.
Also, are we doing Not Scary Farm? We are not planning on it. We just don't have time with the trip that we have planned. So not this year, but maybe another year.
Sure. We do have a Saturday we'll might have available.
We will see.
Maybe. But I will say
it depends
financials right now for us are extremely tight because we're getting a house. We also are doing a trip. We just bought. By the way, I just bought our real quick. No, hear me out. I just bought our HHN tickets.
Yes.
Our Frequent Fear. We did the Frequent Fear Plus Pass with Express. It was $1,500 for that.
Yes.
So it is a big hit. If you guys know, like, I don't think I posted a picture of this, but on our kitchen island
We're
right now.
getting behind.
Good.
This is like our first live stream when we were 30 minutes behind on questions.
All right, we're gonna wrap up tonight's live stream here
No.
soon. Go ahead. All right, I'll stop.
I was just going to simply say no, probably not this year, but maybe in future years. This year is just going to be HHN Hollywood and Disneyland. Do you think we'll have Dr. Oddfellow merchandise? I honestly think that if we get a Dr. Oddfellow house...
Is that from Colby?
Yes.
Let me pull that. Colby with the $199, by the way. Do you think it will be Dr. Oddfellow merch?
I think if we get a Dr. Oddfellow house, I think that it'll probably be on like the houses shirt with all the houses featured, but I don't see him getting like his own merch this year. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I can see it being the good reference last year. Remember the houses shirt where it had that skeleton and then tombstone?
Yeah.
You had all the things. It'll be like Oddfellow, probably. Maybe not even him, but it'd be his thing. My like one thing that I'm interested to actually see is I may be wrong. But I have a weird gut feeling that we won't even physically see Dr. Oddfellow. Like, we may not physically see his character. Like, just because we might have a Dr. Oddfellow house, and we're getting, and which we'll get to here, we were supposed to get to a while back, but we'll get into it with the Carnival of Oddities for it. Like, we may not physically see a Dr. Oddfellow character at the event, like an actual scare actor, but it just may be his carnival that he runs. We maybe hear his voice and things like that, but we may not physically see him, because I think one thing that a lot of people with HHN that we question is, what does Dr. Oddfellow look like, right? And whatever Horror Nights puts out there, that's what he's going to be looking like anytime we see him, you know, if we ever see him again. So I wonder if Horror Nights is really like, this is what Oddfellow really looks like. And I may be wrong. There might be actual photos. He might actually exist like that out there. But they may be looking at it like, this is really the only time we're going to really dive into Oddfellow. And like I said, we have a huge theory and video that we're making for August. I think you guys are going to want to stick around to watch, because it talks about things like this. And I think they might be looking at it like, this is the only year we're going to have Oddfellow really involved with the event, but we don't need to show him. We could just, it could be like you're stepping into his carnival, but you don't necessarily see the owner of the carnival. You just know it's his. So we could possibly be seeing something like that for this year. So if that's the case, then it would be a good reason why we don't have any like big promotional videos about him right now. You know, like we didn't get anything early on for him. It's a reason why we may not get merchandise featuring him, but we might have elements to his Carnival of Oddities and that subtle hint of Jack featured in there. Because if you put merchandise of Jack or Oddfellow out, I think Jack is going to make more money for Horror Nights than Oddfellow, because people recognize Jack. So I don't know if we're physically going to be seeing him. I think I really want to. I mean, what about you? Like,
yeah.
Like I want to see I want to see what he looks like. I want to know. You know, I want to get to know his background, his personality, things like that. You know, maybe we go to Starbucks together and talk. You know, I don't know, something like that. But right? Do you agree?
Starbucks, yeah.
With
I know
Oddfellow?
you're just seeing if I.
No, I said like we go to with Oddfellow to Starbucks or something. You know. All right, whatever.
You're just seeing if I'm listening.
No, not really. All right, folks. That's what I have to feel about Oddfellow. Moving on.
Anyway,
Kobe, thank you for the $199.
People were asking about like our plans for our trip, and we are doing the like. I think we decided we're doing like the 2 p.m. entry ticket for one of the nights. So instead of doing like a full daytime, decide to do that? Okay.
No.
So no, we are not doing Universal during the day. because we're probably going to be too tired.
So okay, like I said, financials big thing, but I think this is the first year they did the Scream early ticket, right? The Scream early ticket for Hollywood, where we get to enter right before the event and get to a stay in Scream location. I think it's like an hour before the event opens up, something like that. I have to look back into it, but it was a $10 add-on versus doing the like $100 add-on for the 2 p.m. And stuff. So we decided to do that.
Yeah, we'll see if we get to look around and do like other Universal, like the daytime stuff. Great. If not, it's fine. And then Brian said Disneyland kind of sucks this year. Maybe, but this will be my first time ever at Disneyland, so I don't have anything to compare it to. So it'll be good, even if there is no Fantasmic, Splash, or World of Color.
Disneyland is just like, that's just like our little vacation. So yeah. We're not bringing the cameras. I may not even bring my phone or anything.
He's gonna leave his phone in the hotel.
I'm gonna leave it in the hotel. I want us to just get away from social media, for once, and that'll be that time, so we can enjoy it. But we'll see. You know how it is lately with Disney. But I hope Coffin Digger is watching. Yeah,
I was gonna say he's gonna be hammered, taking a shot every time Disneyland is said.
Steph's got to make sure it's brought up in each live stream just for that purpose. So, anyways, let's get back into the spec map. Let's get back into the construction that we were discussing. So, that was the whole Central Park area that we were discussing and stuff. Now we have the VAMP show. We briefly talked about the VAMP show and stuff. VAMP show's here. I haven't seen any actual progress for stage. If they were going to do a stage for this show, like this was actually going to be a pop-up stage, we should be...
The Beetle is back.
The Beetle. Is he who ruined the internet? The Beetle?
He cut the line.
Chewed through the wiring. So the VAMP show, like if they do decide to put a pop-up stage, it's going to be a bigger stage. They probably will be working on this then in the next 2 weeks. We should be seeing something pop up by the next 2 weeks. So if we don't see anything there, then I don't think we're getting, a pop-up show. I'm really rooting for that Lagoon show. And when we went this past Tuesday, when we're walking around, it seems like they were draining the lagoon again. And they're like cleaning it out. And it seems like there's new like pipe work that's going in and stuff. So I don't know how far along they are, but it seems they're really actively working on that area. So I'm really hoping that they have something up their sleeve and they're like, we're pushing for this to be done so we can get a Lagoon show up. Because regardless if it's a crazy, awesome show like HHN 29 or it's something very just chilled, laid back, or it's simple, like even a 5-minute thing, if it draws the crowd in, that's a good area to bring crowds into out of guest path, I should say. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'd be really good. It's useful for the logistics of the event and it adds something.
Yeah, I guess if Mel's isn't open for HHN, then they could put the stage like there.
Yeah, but then again, like, how big are we talking stage-wise? And how big of a crowd are we talking? That's the reason, the problem that I have with the pop-up stage is the crowd. Like, with how much crowds we've been getting at the event lately, they cannot really, imagine this. In years past, when they do a pop-up stage like that, they usually have, what are those, fences, those railings, whatever, you know what I'm talking about? The stanchions, right? They usually have a stanchion portion area, and whoever gets inside of the area can watch the show. Anybody else, they're not allowed to stop and watch the show. They have to keep moving. You imagine how many people are going to want it to be stopped, taking photos and all things like that if they're not in that area. And imagine all the house ops people. You guys got to keep moving, blah, blah, blah. That area is just going to be a mess no matter where they put it. And I wonder how active of a refurbishment or construction area Mel's will be. And if they did a pop-up stage in that area, will it be blocking the Mel's die-in sign?
Yeah. As long as it's not blocking the die-in sign.
So, yeah. But that's basically the whole show area. And then moving on into Vamp 69, which I don't think it's Vamp 69. I hope it. I think it's the Zodiac sign. You just swap these two. I'm trying to do it in my hand. You guys can't see it. Swap these two Scarezones. there's nothing in Hollywood. I think recently they just put those little truss lighting things up, but that's basically it. There's nothing much that they have in Hollywood. There are lighting on the building, which is kind of nice, but that's currently all that we have. I think next week, I'm not going to give you guys a specific date, but next week we should be seeing more popping up in this area. I think you're going to see a lot more happen in Hollywood from the ground up. Then over here in New York, you're going to see a lot being added to what's already there. And I think that goes the same. I think San Francisco, you're going to see that one little stage area. That's going to start coming in. You're going to see that start going from the ground up. And I think Central Park might be a little more behind compared to the others because I think it's just more foliage, which they can easily put. I don't think we're going to get structures necessarily. I would like to see some structures, but that area, it's hard to do so. We did have that barn for last year's not Wicked Growth, Scarecrow, which was really neat. So I'm interested to see if they want to do something structured wise like that. That'd be cool. Yeah. But then we get to the front of the park and we have the Carnival of Oddities Horde. Now, usually when we get a horde, we don't really get like props, construction, scare zone type of vibe. It's usually just the scare actors that are filled in that area. However, I do feel like with Carnival of Oddities, it kind of be like a crime not to have some kind. The beetle.
That thing came right at me.
Stop! I'm your biggest fan. Yeah, honestly, that thing freaks me out. Hits me in the face.
That's bigger than the one last week.
That's a big one. All right, the beetle's loose. If you see one of us freak out, like just hang tight. Just hang tight. I lost it. There it is. I don't want to hurt you, but you give me no choice. Oh, I can't see anything. Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
I don't think they can.
It's freaking me out.
So the Carnival of Oddities, right? This is going to be a horde, so I don't think we're going to be getting anything physical.
Why is it following me?
Do you wanna be in the live stream, buddy? There you go. Come over here. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm fully. Oh, he landed by the camera. All right, he's chilling. Okay. When was the last time we had a smooth live stream?
Never.
Right. Anyways, guys. What was I saying? The Carnival of Oddities, right? So it's a horde, right? I don't think we're going to be getting anything, but I think it'd be a crime if we don't get some type of theming in the front of the park related to the Carnival of Oddities for Dr. Oddfellow, if we're getting a horde. Just because if we, go with the speculation map here, there's nothing speculated to be here for a scare zone, which is terrible.
Where?
It's terrible at the front of the park, right?
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
This is speculation-wise, right? However, though, when you go to the Halloween Horror Nights website, which let me go ahead and pull that up real quick for you guys.
Also, can you post the Discord link?
Yes, I'm going to post that here. Actually, I'll post that right now for you guys. I am going to post it into the chat.
The Discord links expire, so we have to keep.
Yeah, I do have a permanent one, but when it comes to putting it on here, for some reason it won't allow me, so I have to keep updating one. Okay, there you go.
See, I wish that
the Discord link is in the chat for you guys.
I wish that at the very least, if they're not going to have that front street, that first street, be a scare zone, then I want what? Then I would really like for that area where they had killer clowns as a scare zone to be used for a scare zone. I want that area to have something.
Yes.
I know it's because of the Lagoon show.
No, but you literally are exactly saying what we're going to say. Or what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, do it. Go ahead. We're on the same page, which is rare.
I know
Give me some.
They didn't do it the last few years because of the Lagoon show, right? Because they have the projections there and everything. But they could still do it. And if we're not doing a Lagoon show this year, then they should put a street there.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting to. If you go to the Halloween Horror Nights website, they still are physically showing 10 terrifying haunted houses and 5 sinister scare zones. They're still promoting. Now, we know how their marketing team is, MIA, but the website is still showing the Universal website, not the Halloween Horror Nights website, the Universal website, because Horror Nights doesn't have a website, unfortunately. The 5 sinister scare zones. So they're still promoting 5 scare zones. Now, whether that actually is going to be at the front of the park, like what we normally had, and this whole like Minions thing is not going to be a problem, or like Stephanie's saying, if we're not getting a lagoon show, we get that area where we had killer clowns last time, and that could be a scare zone again. Now, when we went this past week on Tuesday, I haven't been seeing much updates recently in the past few days, but as of Tuesday, there's nothing in that main area, the Minions land. There's nothing there. And when we went back into the New York area where the Starbucks is, there's nothing there either. There was one light trust, but that was like for the atmospheric area where they normally have that. Because they usually have like a little food booth there that's usually drinks and stuff. So my question is, will we be seeing stuff pop up in that little stretch of area? I think that's like South Street, whatever it's called. And if so, that means that's where we're going to get our 5th scare zone. If not, where else would they put it? And if not, have they even updated the website if we're not getting 5 scare zones? Because I would be pissed.
I think we will.
I'd be pissed. Would you guys be mad?
I would rather, if I had to pick between that area as a scare zone or that front, I don't know what to call that, Minion Land. I would rather have Minion Land be a scare zone because it's the first thing that you see when you walk into the park, and to just have it be like empty and just minions, like.
Here's what I want to say. This whole Minions thing, yeah, I'm just gonna put this away because
it's like
the music's not working for us.
Me.
It's terrible. This is what I'm gonna say. If they're not doing a lagoon show, can we please have South Street as a small little scare zone, little pop-up scare zone, simple, just like Killer Clowns. That was perfect for it. If Minions Land area is going to be a scare zone, could we still get South Street as a little pop-up scare zone? Can we just get a little bit more, right? I think the reason why we don't have South Street is because of the Lagoon Show. If we're not getting the Lagoon Show, we should get that scare zone. If Minions Land is not a scare zone area, we need the South Street to be a scare zone. Yeah. And if Minions Land is a scare zone, we still want South Street.
Shanna said someone showed her 2 pictures of lighting going up in Minions today.
Oh, really?
That's
Shanna,
promising.
If you have that picture, can you send it over to us? If anybody has that photo, can you send it over to us on Instagram? That's
promising. I also, Megan had mentioned a few minutes back, like the bio-reconstruct photos of the sprung tent
facade.
Mm-hmm. I think Chris posted that in like the spoilers, the Orlando spoilers
in our
Discord section, like the photos of it, just because some people might not want to know. But yeah, they have that was the facade that was in our construction video that you can see from Animal Actors.
Yeah, you get a better view of it from the Simpsons ride, but we will never go on that. You won't catch me on the Simpsons ride.
I like the Simpsons ride.
No, you will not catch me on that ride. So
look what the radiation did to Maggie. I love that ride.
So if anything, I'll send you on that ride to get video of
I'm
that.
I'm a baby bird.
What? What just happened?
I like the ride. Whatever.
What? Also, Fred said, I want little tiny minions running around with little tiny buzzsaws.
That would be funny.
I would love that. See, I would love if they can incorporate their properties and just shift them for Horror Nights. Now, granted, like minions, like how scary can you make that? I think they can make it like comedic horror, but not necessarily like horror, you know? And I don't think they want to really make that IP viewed as such, you know?
Yeah.
So, also sent you the pictures on IG. Oh, pulling them up. By the way, if I haven't gotten back to y'all's message on either Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or Discord, I apologize. If you guys are just joining us, hey, by the way, welcome. But we've been so tied up with the house situation and our own jobs, and then also trying to get with stuff. So I'm really behind on messages. So I do apologize if I don't get to y'all's message. And I may not, unfortunately. I may just have to start fresh from tomorrow. But here's the lighting.
Oh, okay.
See, now the only thing I will... Oh, wait. So that those pictures, because they could actually be, presented on the buildings. They theme the buildings and stuff. But one good news about this photo in particular is that they're pointed downward.
Yeah. Into the street.
Not directly into the street, but just like on the other side of the street, like the sidewalk. So, I mean, that is a good sign. Like, we could even get some elevated platforms again there, and that's what it's presented on. I wish I could show you guys. I mean, I could. Let me see.
Just pull up the street.
Yeah, let me see if I could show you guys. I just don't want to show any from what just happened. Did you see that?
No.
So I love how, like, over here it keeps saying my messages going down. I just don't want to show anything. Yeah, see, I can't.
Oh, it's only on the app.
Yeah, never mind. Okay, can't show you guys, unfortunately. If you guys join our Discord, I'll send the picture over in the Discord so you guys can see that. But unfortunately, it won't let me pull it up here on the laptop.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anything, like, I still think even if we don't get a scare zone in that Minions Land area, they're gonna obviously put lighting and make it part of the vibe. They may even have like smoke machines and stuff like that. Fog machines. I'm sorry.
Smoke machines.
Sorry, guys. Fog machines. But I think they'll do lighting and all that stuff if they don't even have a scare zone, just because they're not going to keep that bland. They can't. If they do, I'm not going to reach it. But you know what. So, anyways,
Also,
anything you gotta say? Oh yeah. Let's talk real quick. This is really freaking neat.
see you in the smoke.
See you in the smoke.
We'll see you in the smoke.
see you, chumps. So Steph's parents, they're in town right now, helping us with the move and stuff. My parents are gonna be coming down soon, and Frankenstein showed up with something really freaking neat.
My dad's name is Frank, so
Look at this thing.
but they found this at like what did they say? Like an antique type of store.
Yeah, look at this. I don't know, like, how well,
Open
but
it.
like I'm about to, Steph. Surprise! Guess what? It opens up. Look at that stud boxed up in there. I mean, this is freaking neat. I'll try to take a photo of it. I'll post it in the Discord so you guys can see more details on it. But it's really cool. It's got like the price tag when this, I guess, came out. It says October 12th of 2001 for $28.
Yeah. So we need to find a place for it in here.
Well, not in here. We're moving in a few
Well,
days.
yeah, that's true.
We're gonna find a new studio. Which, by the way, I want to know, and we'll probably, like I said, I'm gonna keep dropping the Discord link for you guys because that's where we're gonna have more of our personal conversations. But with the house that we're about to move into, I almost broke the stream again. With the house that we're about to go ahead and move into, should we have the studio in the loft or in the garage? And here's the thing, in the loft has got a good space. The garage is big. The garage is bigger than the loft. The loft has AC and the garage doesn't. And we're currently in the garage right now that doesn't have AC. So what do you guys think? Or should we do the entire downstairs of the house, the whole thing, a studio, the entirety? The kitchen is part of the studio, so we can do our HHN at home, like little cook-offs and drinks and stuff. You guys can watch us actually make HHN foods and drinks alongside, one of our viewers, Maui Time. He makes some of those things and stuff, so we can feature some of his stuff. And then we take the watch parties into the living room, and then we have the little studio in the loft that could be all the videos and stuff.
He's trying to get a rise out of me.
I'm not trying to get a rise out of you. I'm just trying to see if I can get you on our side. That's all, Guess not, guys. I'll be sleeping in the garage. So, anyways, anything else that we need to talk about, discuss? That's a bit of the construction that we have going on in the park right now. this past week, Tuesdays, when we physically saw like construction going on for sets in the scare zones, that's exciting. I know we've had lights going up for the past few weeks, but to see them for the sets is really cool. And then I think in this coming up week, we'll see a little bit more done. But I think when we get to that first week of August, you're going to see it pick up when it comes to construction. And I think by the second week, when we get the announcements for what the scare zones are going to be and stuff like that in August, we'll actually start seeing like decor, like props, like we'll see like greenery going up. We'll see like signs going up and things being covered and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's around the corner. Like, guys, as of today, we only have 6 more Fridays to go till opening weekend of HHN. Can you believe that? 6 more Fridays.
That is crazy.
Just 6. That means after tonight, we only have 5 live streams. Friday live streams. From now, between us now to HHN opening, we have 5 Friday night live streams. Damn. Like I said, when August comes up, we're going to be doing more live streams too in the week. We won't just do Fridays. If Steph is good with it. We'll also talk about doing a Tuesday live stream and a Friday live stream. And then the week of Horror Nights, we'll do a Thursday night live stream for the HHN Eve, which that one's a big one. We always enjoy doing that. So I think that's about it. Do you guys, I don't know, what do you think? We've been on for an hour and 43 minutes. Should we go ahead and start, shutting it down, or do you think we should try to make it to 2 hours? It's your call, Steph. We'll let you make the call.
So,
all right, so
you're going to do this on live?
Yes, live. We're going to put you on stage.
So you see, he makes me make all the decisions all the time, so then I get pinned with,
No.
if it's not the right decision.
No. Well, what we'll do is we'll start wrapping it up here in a minute, because we're going to be, we still got a lot of stuff we have to do for the housing and all that stuff. And then we also, if you guys, I don't know where you've been, but we have our live stream after party we're going to be doing on Discord, and we're still going to be doing that Easter egg hunt for The Last of Us themed and all that stuff during that after party. So make sure you guys join us on the after party over on Discord. If you guys have any other questions, you're more than welcome to go ahead and throw it in the chat. We'll try to get into it real quick. If not, then we're going to shut down here in a minute. But yeah, construction's picking up. We got 3 houses announced. I truly believe that this coming week we should be getting an announcement. I really do think so. I think, Thursday seems very plausible. So I think, you should keep your eyes open for something this week, but definitely this Sunday at Midsummer Scream over in California, we know that John Murdy said he will be announcing something for Horror Nights. Now, we do think it's probably something just Hollywood related, like a Hollywood original. I know he's done that in the past.
Or like the Dual Coast one.
Or a Dual Coast one. But I don't think we'll get something on Sunday for that. I think this week we'll get a Dual Coast one. And then Sunday comes around, John Murdy is going to release a Hollywood original that they'll be getting, so he can break down in... I don't think he'll break the Hollywood original down. I think he'll break down the Dual Coast. If it's monsters, that's what we'll get. He'll break monsters down, per se. And then we'll basically get that announcement at the end of the panel, basically, with him for a Hollywood thing, or maybe even a Dual Coast thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, but I think that's currently what we got going on. So keep your eyes open, everybody, because there are things happening. We're finally going to get some stuff coming.
They have to be. We're getting too close for there to not be things happening.
Yeah, I agree. Now, real quick in the chat, spam in the chat 1 if you guys think Stranger Things is going to be more popular, or The Last of Us. Spam 2 for Last of Us. So 1 for Stranger Things, 2 for Last of Us. And if we have any Chucky fans, go ahead and spam 3 if you guys want. Real quick before we end tonight, I want to see where everybody feels on.
I think
houses.
1. That's my
You think Stranger Things is going to be good?
opinion.
So Steph is spamming 1.
Not saying that'll be better, just say it will be more popular.
Yeah, more popular. Or even what you guys are looking forward to, out of those.
It looks like a good mix. No 3s, though.
I haven't seen a 3 yet. I was looking for some 3s. Actually, it's pretty balanced. There's a couple 3s. won by a long shot. Everyone else is in denial.
Not better, more popular.
Yeah, more popular. What do we think is going to be more popular at this year's event? Right now, with what's currently announced, 1 for Stranger Things, 2 for Last of Us, 3 for Chuck.
Does Stranger Things still hold the record for like the most
on Netflix?
Streamed in one night?
Maybe? I don't know. See, Justin said better, The Last of Us, popular, Stranger Things 4.
I can see that. Yeah. I think, like I said, I said this last stream, I think that I'm more excited for Stranger Things, but I think that I'm probably going to like The Last of Us house better because I think it's going to be scarier. And I will always pick the house that is scarier.
I agree with you. Something we agree on. Mm-hmm. I do think when we walk in, my list is Stranger Things over The Last of Us. But when it comes down to the end of the event, I'm going to be like, man, like Last of Us was good. And I think Last of Us will be Stranger Things. That's what I think. Going into the event, it's going to be one way. Leaving the event, I think it's going to flip the other way. But yeah, with that being said, it looks like we actually have a good balance between 1s and 2s, which I'm actually really happy to see. I'm glad it's not just everyone's, landsliding on one side. I think people see it from different ways and stuff. And that's what you need. You need a good balanced event. So having things like that is going to be able to help not just disperse the crowds, but bring in large crowds and get that difference in the event, get the variety going and stuff. So anyways, that being said, I think that's it for us, huh? Tonight's live stream. Guys, we had a rough start, the whole connection and everything.
Thanks for sticking with us,
so,
not just like leaving.
Yeah, if you guys were here since the beginning, a huge shout out to you guys. Pat yourself in the back because it's been a pain. We had a beetle flying around. Luckily, no lighting issues. Can you believe that? No
and
lighting
then they
issues.
All turn off.
And then, we showed the video that we were going to show, that I had planned out, that I had something really cool for you guys in today's live stream. But guess what? Premiere Pro completely crashed and I lost my project. It's been one of those weeks, maybe month, I should say. But it's going on. Anyways, with that being said, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for us in tonight's live stream. Appreciate you all being here to chat with us this Friday night. I think tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week, we're going to be having something pretty fun in the works, especially if HHN does announce something. We have some things that we're working on. Tonight, after this live stream, right now, basically we're ending it. We're going to be going into the Discord to be doing our after party. So you guys can join in there. Our friend Two-Face is going to be getting it kicked off with all of you guys. And then once we get in there, Brad, if you can go ahead and just wait to do the Easter egg until Steph and I join in. We'll be joining in a couple minutes later just so we can get Hondo situated and everything all set up. And then we won't be doing a deep dive tomorrow, I don't think, right, Brad? I don't think we're doing a deep dive tomorrow. I think that's going to be next week. So what we do is possibly tomorrow night, late in the night, we might do a watch party for Stranger Things and maybe even another one on Sunday. Or we'll do a dual episode watch party just because there's more episodes than there are weeks left. So we need to have some weeks to pick it up. But anyways, with that being said, guys, we appreciate all of you guys being with us tonight for the live stream. And until that next video, we can't wait to see you guys there. And like always, we'll see you guys in the fog. We'll see you in the smoke. We'll see you in the smoke, people.